Hello and welcome to my Octo Expansion Any No Death Abuse tutorial. This video is the one-stop shop for everything you'll need to know to speedrun the game. I'll go through each level in the run and go over the best strategies to use as well as some easier strategies if you want to use them. There will be timestamps for each level in the description so you can jump around to whatever level you need help with. I'll also be giving each level a ranking from 1 to 5 on how much you should practice it. Because let's be real, some levels in this run definitely need more attention than others, but remember that you should always still practice all the levels so you can get more comfortable with them. I'm just going to assume that you know how to play Splatoon and have general knowledge on movement techniques like sub-strafes. Don't worry if you don't though, there have been plenty of videos on the topic that you can watch. I'll be using footage from my silly Switch 1 with an input display and my current PB at this time, a 105.26 on Switch 2. If you have any questions about this video, you can either join the general Splatoon speedrunning Discord, or you can join my personal Discord for the main channel. This is where I can give you detailed help on certain levels if you want it, and it's also a great community. Another great resource that helped me a lot was the OE community gold sheet that has a section of level guides. This way you can level up your skill on each level as they give you an easy, intermediate, and advanced time to replicate. So let's start out with, what's the fastest language for Octo Expansion? The fastest language is Russian, but not everyone can access it. Splatoon 2 is region locked, so if you own an American version of the game, you can't use the Russian language. This means that every language has its own fastest version. For Europe, it's Russian. For Japan, it's Japanese, the only option. And for North America/Australia, it's Spanish, the slowest out of the fast options. Just pick whatever the fastest language is in your region and don't think about it too hard. World records in this game have been set on all three of these languages. As for this tutorial, I'll be playing in English for no particular reason. With that, let's start the run. Start the timer when you click yeah on the character creator screen. Now it's time to do the tutorial. After walking through the subway, you'll be greeted by some ink. The best way to go through here is to swim, then unsquid at the end and walk to the next puddle of ink. Then keep repeating it. After that, there'll be some ink off to the left side. The amount of ink generated will be slightly random. Sometimes there'll be a lot, sometimes there'll be close to nothing. If you get ink like this, it's better to just walk past it, as if you try to swim through it, you'll likely get stuck to the left wall. Go over and activate the switch to get the Splash or Junior. Now we want to hold ZR to break the box and get a nice line of ink to swim through. After swimming through it, we want to do another line of ink. This time, once we get to the end, you'll want to throw a splat bomb towards the balloon. This will make it explode. Then do one more line of ink to connect it to the ink from the balloon explosion. This is the hardest part of the section, the bomb throw. What you'll want to do is jump onto the ledge and shoot one shot below you. Then you want to line up your crosshair with the ink line, and while in squid form, jump forward and throw the bomb. It should hit and send you up. The further away you are, the harder it is to hit the bomb. Don't worry if you don't get it first try, as you'll get better and faster with practice. Once you're up here, just shoot the box with the key, collect it, and go back to the entrance. You want to throw a splat bomb over the wall before you lose your splash or junior, as there's a chance that the ink from the bomb will be a good place to swim through. It doesn't lose any time to throw it, and any time lost from not getting the perfect ink is minuscule. And when I say perfect ink, it has to be damn near perfect. Even if it's slightly off, it's just faster to walk around, so don't worry about it. After completing the intro, there's a lot of matching from both Tata and Sea Cucumber. Fun fact, it takes Sea Cucumber 11 jumps to get to the middle of the train to continue talking. After that, we can move on to the first actual level of the game, A05. In the first area, you want to do 2 lines of ink, making sure a little bit goes over this line. Before you go over this line, you'll want to throw a splat bomb over to the right where the boxes are, then swim into the cutscene. Once it's over, you can throw a splat bomb over towards the super jump marker and kill the octoling instantly. While waiting for the door to open, try and get some paint underneath the door by shooting at it. Then do a substrafe when the door opens. Once you hit the checkpoint, hold a 45-degree angle on the stick and shoot one shot below you right as you start to lose speed. Here it is again at full speed so you can see the timing. This will set you up to do what used to be a rather hard section for most beginners. Wait around a half a second after the cutscene finishes and throw a splat bomb on the octoling's jump. Then you can turn around and go to this back wall. It could be a bit finicky if you're starting out, but you just have to get used to the vibe of it. And then you have to kill the Brella. Brella should be heading along this back wall for an easy kill, but do know that sometimes for whatever reason, the AI can be weird and be around this area. This is caused by the way you move throughout the level, but I'll be real and say that it's just random when it happens. 99% of the time, Brella will be in the right spot, but sometimes it's just an asshole. What can you do? Remember to paint underneath the door to do a substrafe when it opens. At the last checkpoint, all you want to do is 2 simple lines of ink. After the cutscene ends, what you want to do is throw a splat bomb to the left and shoot towards the right. Remember to not move during this, as it will probably mess up the setup. If you did it correctly, you shooting to the right will force the octoling to land on the splat bomb and kill it instantly. Again, you can get some ink underneath the big door before the goal. The best way to open the goal is to throw bombs at them, as they will become active with one throw. Since it's the first time it happens, here's how to do fast menuing in Octo Expansion. Instead of moving over to a level and pressing A twice to hover over it and then enter it, instead what top players do is very quickly go to the level that they want, press ZR to zoom in, then press A twice to enter the level. The reason we press A twice is sometimes your first A input will be eaten by the zoom in, so by double pressing it, we make sure it goes through. This seems inconsequential, which for very casual runners, yeah it is, but with how many levels you enter during the run, you can save a lot of time. And if you're a bit more serious about this game, it's a good habit to start early.
Feel the rush.
AO6 is a cycle level. A cycle level is where there's a moving part that you'll want to catch, and if you miss it then you'll lose time. On AO6, that moving section is this spinner after the second checkpoint. If you're fast enough then you can move ahead of it and take the fastest path to the key, whereas if you're slow then you'll lose even more time from having to take a different path. Luckily the fast cycle is relatively easy to do with a bit of practice. After entering AO6, select the blaster as fast as you can and do a jump shot. A jump shot has less lag than doing a shot on the ground, saving a bit of time. Then swim to the dash pad and simply hold up and B. After the last bounce, throw a splat bomb to the ledge and shoot once. This should give you plenty of ink to swim through. Then just swim off the ledge, holding B while you're falling so you can do a big bounce off the bounce pad. It's also important to go back into kid form before you hit the bounce pad. Do a second high bounce off this pad and head towards the wall. While you're falling, shoot the left side of the wall. You want to get as much paint near the top as possible. It's also worth noting that you can sometimes get a seam bounce here which will send you flying. This is actually faster but very inconsistent. If this happens, do a small bounce off the second bounce pad. After going up the wall, you want to get as little air time as possible. Doing something like this is not good. Instead, do a ledge snap by pressing ZL right as you get to the top of the wall. It's really important to not waste any time leading up to this checkpoint as this is where the fast cycle takes place. You should be fast enough to take the very right side of this boost pad, then do 2 big bounces off the bounce pads without getting hit by the ink stick. After doing the second bounce, you'll want to aim for the key. Then grab it, jump off, do a shot onto the sponge, then do a big bounce off the bounce pad to get to the sponge. After swimming off the sponge while you're in midair, do another blaster shot to get a nice line of ink to the lockbox. Then after it's unlocked with the key, sub-strafe into the launch pad. After the checkpoint, go off the boost pad and do 3 small bounces. After the third bounce, throw a splat bomb towards the Octo Sniper. The splat bomb will stun lock him so he won't shoot again and the bomb will kill him. Keep doing small bounces towards the cannon. Once you're in the cannon, you'll want to shoot the fan as fast as possible. This can be kinda hard since the cannon mechanics are kinda weird, but with enough practice you can get it down. Once you shoot it, you can come out of the cannon and jump onto the moving bounce pad. What I like to do is 2 small bounces and 1 big one to get over the ink stick. Then I do another big jump as close to the edge of the bounce pad as possible. You want to get as close to the wall as possible without falling off. Do 1 blaster shot near the middle of the wall to get the most paint on it. After you land, do 2 small jumps into a big jump towards the painted wall. Then climb up it. The last checkpoint is the easiest. You want to get some air from the wall to do a mid-air shot towards the boost pad, so don't ledge snap. Jump onto the bounce pad and do 3 large bounces towards the goal. After the second bounce, throw a splat bomb to open the goal, then beat the level. Once you get back to the metro map, there won't be any text boxes so you can move straight over to AO7. A07 is home to the easiest skip in the run, so easy in fact that I made a whole short on it on the main channel. I'll explain the easy way and the harder way. For the easier way, play the level as normal until the second checkpoint. Here you'll want to kill the Octo Trooper on the wall, then inkjet boost onto it and stay in squid form until the wall is on the right side. You'll want to position yourself on the wall around here. Then when it's on the far right side, exit squid form to get your height back and then do 2 inkjet boosts with the B button. You want to aim below the spinner. If you timed it right, you'll hit the checkpoint and die, respawning you on the other side. Then you can complete the level like normal. For the harder strat, you can skip going off to the right at the start and basically just go in a straight line. At the start, you want to boost onto the moving wall on the left to get more height. Then do 2 more boosts until you get to this wall. After quickly going in and out of squid form to reset your height, go across the gap. After the first boost, kill the Octarian. If you've timed it right, the wall will be heading towards the right side. Simply boost onto the wall and quickly squid and unsquid to reset your height, then do the skip like normal. After you beat A07, you'll get some words from Marina. If you're on any of the faster languages, there will be 4 text boxes, but on English there will be 5, so remember that. Welcome to the first of the 2 8-ball levels we'll have to do in the run. 8-ball can seem pretty challenging, but by learning the mechanics, it'll make it a whole lot simpler. How the 8-ball works is that it takes the middle of your character in the middle of the 8-ball and draws a straight line through it. That is where the 8-ball will go when you shoot it. Understanding this when you're starting out will give you a big advantage compared to other new runners. But before we get into the level, C Cucumber will give you some dialogue on selecting different weapons. For this level, pick the Splash Shot Pro. After he's done talking, throw a burst bomb on the ground to give you paint before you enter the level. At the start, you want to shoot 1 shot on the ground, then swim through it and jump at the end. Shoot the ball and let it come to you. While it's flying through the air, you can shoot it a little bit to slow it down, giving you more control. Then shoot it towards the bounce pad, making sure you kill the Octarian. This should put the 8-ball right on the edge of the sponge without having it go onto the bounce pad. Now just shoot the 8-ball onto the bounce pad, use the bounce pad yourself and keep shooting it up the ramp. Shoot it over to the left and aim in between the fence and the sponge. This should make it go past the checkpoint and bounce off the back fence. A small optimization is to throw a burst bomb towards the 8-ball when swimming off the sponge. This will put the 8-ball into a nice position for the following section. For checkpoint 2, try and keep the 8-ball on the right side, as what you want to do is shoot it down the ramp and before it gets to this line, throw a burst bomb on the left edge of it. This will make sure that it goes to the right and misses the bounce pad. It will give you a nice bounce off the wall to cleanly shoot it towards the next section. Make sure to shoot this guy if the 8-ball doesn't kill him. In the next section, you'll want to shoot the 8-ball towards this fence. The Octarians here can actually help you with their shots. Once you get past that, you'll want to navigate through this section. This will show how well you can control the 8-ball. Make sure to shoot it so it stops around the middle of the last sponge. This will set you up cleanly to get to the last checkpoint. You can throw a burst bomb here like we did earlier to get it around the corner. Then shoot it towards the rings and into the launcher. You want to stay in squid form so you can go into the launch pad as soon as it opens. This is the hardest part of the section, as when it goes wrong, it goes really wrong. While in mid-air, aim towards the right so you can shoot in between these two Octarians when you land. If you did it right, it will kill them both and the 8-ball will be heading towards the center. Kill the Octarian to the right and follow the ink trail left by the 8-ball. Kill the other two Octarians on the way, and you'll want to do this quickly so you can get back into the ink as fast as possible. Follow behind the 8-ball and kill the Octarians that you can. I can't give tips for all possible situations since this section can be very unpredictable. The main goal is to shoot the 8-ball to the goal as soon as the opening starts going up. But if the ball starts bouncing around, here is how to stop it. Figure out where it's going, then stand where it will go and try and body block it. Add a few shots to slow it down and you should be fine. After you beat the level, you'll get 3 text boxes from Sea Cucumber and a cutscene and text boxes from ISO Padre. CO2 is a limited ink level. You might look at this and think that it isn't a lot, but with the right route, you'll use it to its full potential. At the start, you'll want to swim through the grate and paint one line of ink below you before you land. Use this paint to get up onto the moving block and paint a small line. Doesn't have to be a lot. Use the momentum from the ink to get up onto the ledge and paint another line of ink. Swim through it, jump out, and shoot 2 shots onto the sponge. This will be enough to jump to after painting below your feet. After jumping off the sponge, paint the wall but don't take the boost pad. The boost pad will send you up into the sky, which wastes a lot of time. Once you get up, paint 1 shot below you and jump onto the boost pad. After taking the boost pad, walk a bit until you can shoot the balloon and use 1 shot to make it explode. Use the left side of the sponge to climb up, as that's the tightest path. If you're fast enough, then you should be able to easily jump onto the moving block. You can do what world record does if you're fast enough and paint 1 shot on the moving block and 1 on the side of the wall to climb up like this. Or you can do what I do in my PB and jump from the block to the platform. After you beat the level, there will be 1 short text box from Marina, and then you can move on to the next level. When entering DO6, you'll want to select the jet squelcher as fast as possible. This is because the whole level is filled with moving boxes that you have to shoot, so being just slightly off with your timing will mess you up. If you're using a Switch 2 Pro controller, I highly recommend changing one of your backbinds to left on the D-pad. This way, you won't have to use the regular D-pad. The D-pad can be very inconsistent with inputs, so sorry Switch 1 players. The faster you select the jet sculpture, the easier the level becomes. Shoot a small line of ink before the entry to save more time. Once you enter, swim towards the rail to hop on it. While you're riding down, shoot the big box and try to get 3 of the small boxes behind it. If you get the back 2, that is fine, but ideally you'll want to get all 3. Keep shooting to get as many of the small boxes behind that as you can. If you can get all 4, that's great. If not, you can make up for it later. After shooting those boxes, you'll want to jump to the rail on the left and then jump to the next rail on the left again. While you're going up, shoot these 2 boxes. If you want, you can turn around and shoot this floating box, but you don't have to. If you missed any of the back boxes in the beginning, you'll find them down at the bottom. shoot them alongside the single box. After shooting the single box, flip onto that rail. While going up the rail, shoot the 2 boxes coming towards you as well as the floating box if you didn't already shoot it. If you got 3 in the beginning, it should be pretty easy to get the 1 remaining. If you got 2 in the beginning, it'll be a little bit harder to get the 2 remaining. A tip for these boxes is to try not shoot them early. Because of the jet squelcher's accuracy at long ranges, wait until the boxes come a little bit closer before you try to shoot them. This will increase the chance that you will destroy them. After destroying those boxes, look back up and destroy another 2 boxes coming towards you. Now just flip onto the center rail and shoot the big box. If everything goes well, the last box will come towards you. Then you can shoot it to beat the level. After that, a new line will open and Sea Cucumber will give you 3 text boxes to mash through. D07 is way easier than D06. You'll have 2 options on this one, Octo Brush or Ink Brush. The difference between the 2 is very slim. It's around a second faster on Ink Brush, but Octo Brush is the easier option. Once you select Octo Brush, use a curling bomb to enter the level. Once you start the level, you want to begin rolling. You can either go around the spinner or take a tight line in between. It's your choice. After getting the ink tank, destroy this box, then use a curling bomb to the boost pad. If you're using Ink Brush, just ignore the ink tank. After the bounce pad, destroy all the boxes as fast as possible. If you're comfortable with Ink Brush mashing, then I would recommend picking it just so you can gain a lot of time here. But for most people, just clear out the boxes like normal. On the rail, you want to minimize as many swings as you can to save on ink. With Octo Brush, try to do 1 flick on the middle of each box. On Ink Brush, do 2 to 3 swings on each box. Don't jump off the rail at the end, then complete the level like normal. After beating the level, there won't be any text boxes, so head straight to the next level. This is Girl Power Station. a level that many people hated during their casual playthroughs of the DLC many years ago. But in a speedrun, we can use this level as a nice 2-minute autoscroller to reset the mental. Once you land in the arena, a timer starts, and the level doesn't end until it strikes 0. This means that the only time save is at the beginning. The best way to do this is to pick the curling bomb and use that as a movement tool before the launch pad, making sure we still pick up the splatter shot. If you miss menu and pick a different sub-weapon, that's fine. You could pick up the roller and do a vertical flick, and that will be like a mini curling bomb trail. Just make sure you still pick up the splatter shot. Once you land in the arena, swim down and paint this wall. Climb up it to get the splashdown, then walk across to get some armor. At this time, the first Octoling should have landed. Just break the boxes and win the 1v1. Next, I like to shoot the blaster to make it jump. Then I spawn camp it. Then I do the same thing to the slosher. After that, I deal with Umbrella. After that, I kill the dualies and the Octobrush. Then go back to kill the carbon. The next 3 will spawn here, here, and here. I like to paint the ground where the far left will spawn and then just wait. Once they all jump in, you can kill the first guy, swim around to kill the splatter shot, then go kill the blaster. After killing the blaster, you can climb up this wall to get more armor. The next 2 will jump pretty quickly, but they should be pretty easy kills if you play to your range. The Umbrella kills should be much easier this time, as by the time you get to them, their shield should be deployed. Then the last 3 will spawn like they did before, so kill them in the same order. The left one, the middle one, then the right one. And well done, girl power is beaten. As long as you can beat the level, it really doesn't matter what you do here. After this, another line will be unlocked, giving you another 3 text boxes, and it's on to the next level. Matchmaster is easily, without a doubt, the hardest level in the run, and with that, the most technically complex. To start, I'll be going over routes with the Rapid Pro. Squeezer is just very slow, and it's honestly just worth it to spend an hour figuring out how to play the stage with Rapid. It isn't too hard. If you are playing with Squeezer, just shoot the orange boxes and find your own route. I feel like the best way I can accurately teach you this level is to do a live demonstration. Alright, welcome to Matchmaster. When you load in, select Rapid Pro, do one shot, swim up, enter the level. This one's really hard, so it will take you a couple tries, just re-watching it, and you have to do a lot of practice. I heard from good friend and Top Runner Blue that you should do 20 minutes of practice on this level every single practice session, just so you can build up that consistency. Anyways, there are 2 main routes you can do here, the easy one and the harder one. The only difference is that on the easy one, you want to go over here at the start and destroy these 2 boxes. right here, and right here. Just because in the harder route, you actually destroy these boxes while you're on the structure. And I definitely struggled with this when I was starting out. So if you're struggling with them when you're starting out, just do this route. It's very consistent to destroy that, and then go up onto the structure. And you can learn how to do the other route later. So anyways, go back here, and you can actually grapple onto this. Do that, turn around, and then hit that. The best way I can describe Matchmaster is that it's a lot of just figuring out where you can shoot on the boxes and how many of the boxes will get destroyed. So I know that if I shoot in the middle of this, it will destroy these 4 boxes. If I shoot it in this corner, it will destroy these 3 boxes. And that will just come with a lot of experience playing through the level a lot of times, figuring out what shots you can and can't make. But understanding that early will definitely help you, because when you're starting out, you're like, oh, what does this weapon do? I don't know. But like, yeah, for example, when you're starting out, this beginning section can be very easy. Shoot at this line, it will destroy those 5. And you look up, shoot at this line, it destroys those guys. And then you shoot here. You don't want to shoot in the middle because that'll destroy all 4, but if you shoot slightly here, more upright from the center, it will destroy those 3, and it'll slightly damage that 1 box. Understanding how the blaster shots work in situations like that, and basically just breaking the level down to what shots do I need to take on each box, will just make things a whole lot simpler. After doing those 3 shots, look over to the left, do that. And then here, you can try and shoot in the middle here to destroy all 6 of those boxes. But when you're just starting out, it's easier to just shoot here to get the 4. And then shoot around down here to get all 3. Sometimes you won't get all 3, but that's fine. You want to walk over here, shoot in the middle here, destroy those 4. Then you want to shoot here, destroy those guys. And then you want to shoot here, destroy all those. And then you shoot here, destroy those 2. And there's another one that gets destroyed back there. Drop down. There's these 3. Shoot around here. Whoa, it destroys those 3. Turn around, shoot at this corner. Destroys those 2. And then here, when you see a formation like this, you want to shoot around here so it destroys all of these boxes. And sometimes it will only destroy these 2 boxes and not those 3. What you can do is you can shoot around here, destroy those 3 boxes. Once you destroy those, go over here. You don't want to shoot around here when you don't see the reticle change. Want to walk forward a little bit, shoot in the middle here, destroy those, and then here around the right, go there, and you can take this grappling. Wait until you land to do your next shot, and there's another 3 orange boxes, so you should be used to just shooting them there. And this is the hard shot I was talking about earlier. So if you destroy the 2 underneath at the beginning, you can just shoot in the middle here and you'll be fine. But you can just learn how to do the hard bit early. So what you want to do is shoot on the left around here. And that'll expose that guy. And you want to shoot on the far right, like here. And therefore, no boxes get destroyed. If you shoot in the middle there and then try and shoot on the far right, those boxes will be damaged. The boxes on the right side, meaning that when you shoot the back one there on the right, that will get destroyed. So you just want to shoot left, then shoot right, or you could go here and shoot right, shoot left. Yeah, jump across. Make sure you shoot this shot while you're landed so you have perfect accuracy. Try and shoot all 6 in the middle, just like that. Look up, get those 4. Wow, it's like something that we've done at the beginning. And then around here, there's a 3, and then another 3, and then here, like at the beginning, you want to shoot here, and then down there. Now this is a kind of tough shot. You want to stand back, aim around here so you destroy those 4 boxes or also hitting the grappling like this. Sometimes that happens when you don't get that one of those boxes. That happens. Just take the grappling here while you're descending from that grappling. I'll do it again in one motion just so you can see where it should go. Stand back here, do that, and then that. And then if you shoot at the top here, it will destroy this box here. And then if that box isn't destroyed, sometimes when you shoot here, that box will also get destroyed, but then you can just take another shot to here. Then we have another 3 formation, just shoot there. A 2 formation, shoot here. That will drop an ink tank refill. Drop down, there's a 3, a 2, fall down, get the 3. That one should have been destroyed, but I did it too slowly. So around here, there's another 3 formation, shoot there, shoot there, shoot there, shoot there, shoot there. It's just a lot of pattern recognition of what you've seen before. Then you can go up on the left side now. You go 3, 2, 2, 2, and then I didn't destroy this box, so I can just do that. That should be destroyed almost every time. That's just me being bad. And then you don't want to do like what we did on that side. You just want to hit the grappling, stand on these 2 boxes. And then what we want to do here is aim around here. And then I'm going to shoot and then jump. That should destroy all those boxes. Then here you want to jump and shoot in this top right corner. Just kidding, I was ass. Okay, so here you want to, don't shoot here, shoot a little bit more to the left, like this. See, I was stupid beforehand. Shoot around here, you only damage that box. Here, since it's just a 3 formation, jump shot here, click the ink tank, shoot in the corner, drop down, 3, and then you want to shoot down the bomb here so you don't damage that one, 2, and then this shot can be kind of difficult, but you want to shoot on the far left, and then around here on the right. And then there's another formation like we've done before. And the level's done. You'll definitely need to watch that back a few times. There's been plenty of guides on this level. After it's done, you can either wait for the cutscene or you can just try and hit the grappling and then swing to that while the cutscene's happening like I did there. But after it's over, just take this grappling, paint the wall, jump, and clear it out how you think you would. Here it can be a little bit tricky. You just want to shoot once, and then you want to jump or swim, jump forward, and then do another shot midair. I'll wait until this like recovers so I can do it again. It'll take a bit. I think it's there. So you want to go shoot, and then swim forward, jump, and then shoot again. Like that. And that is a Matchmaster Masterclass. After beating the level, you'll get a text box from Marina and you can move on to the next level. J01 is a rematch with the Octo Shower from the Splatoon 2 Hero mode, this time with the Inkjet. But we've found a way to make this fight really consistent to where it's only the first phase that can cause troubles. So let's learn how to deal with it. At the start of the first phase, you want to kill the first Octarian, then move slightly to the right to kill the second one. Now this is where it gets tricky. Sometimes you can get a really quick kill if the Octarian decides to stay still, which I don't have any footage of because it's really rare, but trust me, it can happen and you will pop off when it does. But sometimes it'll go one direction, then move towards the other direction, completely blocking your shot. The best advice here is to just react where it goes, and remember that Splatoon 2 Inkjet shots move way slower in the air compared to Splatoon 3. Shoot the tentacle 3 times to go into the next phase. Thankfully, the next 2 phases are the exact same and have a setup to make them 100% consistent. After the cutscene ends, you want to be holding the left stick at a 45-degree angle for around a second, then go straight. This will bait the Octo Shower's AI to do an attack that will keep it still. This allows you to use one shot to get up onto the center platform, then do 2 shots onto 2 of the Octocopters. Here you want to go forward and boost when you leave the platform, then shoot the third Octocopter on the left. Then angle the camera up and do a 4th shot onto the last Octocopter before it starts moving. This will send it down and let you hit it. Do this again in phase 3 to finish the fight. Here it is at full speed. You'll get 4 text boxes after you beat the level, 3 from Sea Cucumber and 1 from Arena. Then it's time to get the first thing. The 4 Thang levels are simple and straightforward. Grab the splatter shot, paint nice lines up to the Thang, shoot at it for a while and grab it to leave. Every Thang level is like this and I won't be bringing them up again. After grabbing Thang 1, you have a mashing segment. It's important that once it's over to pause and click back to train, the bottom option. This is because it will skip a long animation of you and Cuttlefish getting onto the train and seeing it depart. Be sure to do this after Thangs 2 and 3 as well. This level is very short, but there's a lot to learn. Once you pick the 10 umbrella, shoot once to get to the entry, then go to the launch pad. While you're in midair, you'll want to turn your camera around for when you land. In this setup, we will kill the back 2 first, which is what many recommend and is what's used at top level. You want to shoot out this box before the Octo Sniper spawns, as destroying boxes underneath them while they're still there can be challenging. Then turn to your left and shoot the other Octo Sniper twice. Make sure to jump whenever you're shooting the tail umbrella, as like Blaster, you have less lag between shots. After killing the back 2, it's onto the front 6. Swim through the ink you made before. The easiest way to kill these guys is by shooting the box on its side. Sometimes if you shoot near the center half, the pellets will hit the box and the other half will hit the Octarian, meaning you'll have to do another shot. Do this for all 5 Octarians except for the last one, which you'll want to shoot in the face. This is to avoid having to wait for them to fall into the void and die, making the last 2 enemies spawn in quicker. Here you want to position yourself rather far away from the first guy. This is because the goal is to kill this guy as fast as possible while still being close enough to kill the second guy before he starts to dash around. You want to stand around these brown boxes. Once the first guy spawns in, do 2 jump shots. Then turn around and get as close to the second guy as possible while also doing jump shots. This will make it so that even if he decides to dash, the pellets will be close enough to where it will still hit him. After beating this level, there will be 1 text box from Arena and you can head on to the last level of right side. This is the first of the 2 dually grind rail levels that you have to do in the run. A technique you can do in these levels is while you're on the rail, hold ZR and press B to do dodge rolls. This will give you a lot of speed, and speed is fast. Once you get the dually squelches, dodge roll twice to enter the level. Then once you land, do 2 more dodge rolls and hit the spinner 3 times. Then do dodge rolls all the way down the rail and go on to the next area. At checkpoint 2, do 2 dodge rolls to get onto the rail and quickly shoot the spinner to the left to get rid of the ink sticks. Then keep doing dodge rolls until you start to lose ink, which takes around 7 rolls. Then go into squid form to get some ink back and hop to the rail to the right and keep doing dodge rolls until the next launch pad. At the 3rd checkpoint, there's a skip you can go for. By jumping off the rail towards the rail above you at the perfect time, you can skip a part of it. The best way to get it consistently is to aim your character towards the structure, then do a jump to the left right before the rail goes down. This should get you the height and distance necessary to get to the ink rail. Make sure to hold squid form the entire time. If you miss the trick, just keep going as the time needed to jump off and try the trick again is just not worth it. As you keep going up the rail, you want to time your dodge rolls. Don't spam them. If you don't feel like doing dodge rolls in this section, it won't lose you any meaningful time. When you get to the spinner, shoot it twice, wait for it to spin, then shoot it 2 more times. Now all that's left is throwing a burst bomb from the rail to the goal, shooting it with your gun to make it open, and dodge rolling into it. Once you're done, you'll get 1 more text box from Arena and you'll be off the thing 2 to complete right side. Congrats on clearing right side. Left side will be a little bit easier, but don't underestimate it. There's still a lot to learn. A04 is a bowler platforming level. The main time save here is with the corner cuts. After climbing the wall, aim in between the fence and the pole and take the small gap jump. Then turn to your left and take the small cut here as well. If you have to climb the wall here, that will lock you out from taking a faster cycle at the end. After climbing the second wall, take the 2 corner jumps as so. The last checkpoint is where the cycle that I was talking about comes in. If you're fast, then you can roll onto the first moving platform and take the ending boost panels on the left side. But most of the time, you'll have to jump to the next set of moving platforms and take the boost panels on the right side. It doesn't lose much time at all, but you need to be aware of these things for when they happen. When falling from the boost panel, explode in mid-air to activate the goal. After being the level, there'll be no text boxes, so go to the next level. This level is a true gatekeeper to any good run, so let me teach you how to get through it. Remember how the 8-ball physics work? It will save you a ton of headache. After entering the level, the 8-ball will start moving. Follow behind it closely until it starts going down the ramp, then shoot it. This should give it enough momentum to kill this Octarian and bounce off the 2 walls. The other Octarian should then shoot the ball to give you a perfect alignment for the upcoming section. Then you'll want to shoot the 8-ball around these green signs on the back wall. While this is happening, you'll want to follow it and get behind it while it's slowing down, then shoot it towards the next checkpoint. Next, shoot it across these beams, trying to keep it as close to the wall as possible. You want it to hit this wall so it can bounce back to you so you can align it along the right side towards the fan. Shoot the 8-ball to the right side of the fan and make sure it hits the back wall. Shoot it once to make it stop. Then shoot the fan for around 1.5 seconds. You'll need to get a feel for it. You don't want to shoot it too much or else you'll waste time waiting for it to come down. Once it gets to the top, shoot the 8-ball straight onto the next checkpoint. Then as you're falling it, shoot it more so that it gets onto the slope. Getting it onto the slope can be a bit challenging as the hitboxes for the fence and the left wall are larger than you think, so be careful. On the slope, you'll want to get the 8-ball positioned around these 2 power eggs, then carefully shoot it on the side to make it through the section. You can use this cone to help push the 8-ball into the correct alignment. Ideally, you'll want the 8-ball to be parallel with the left fence, but even being near the center is fine. At the last checkpoint, shoot the 8-ball onto the moving platform. Don't shoot it again until it's pointing down so you can get full momentum. Then it's onto the skip. Instead of finding a key to get a cannon to launch it over, we can just shoot it across ourselves. Once the 8-ball lands from the moving platform, try and shoot it towards the left fence. It should bounce off and give you a good alignment for the skip. If you need to do any adjustments, do it with your character and not your gun. Then when the ball is centered, the platform is down and you're centered behind it, shoot it forward and jump onto the platform. Even if you're slightly to the left or right, it could make the 8-ball fall off. So go slowly when you're starting out. If you made it, just shoot the 8-ball into the goal and beat the level. This seesaw goes up and down every 7 seconds, but I wouldn't worry about it too much when you're starting out. It will take you a bit to get to the skill level of the example. In every section you can do easier things as long as you're comfortable and consistent. You can always come back and optimize later. After this, you'll get 3 text boxes from Sea Cucumber and you can go on to the next level. This is one of the easiest levels in the run and only requires 4 Rainmaker shots. After picking the splash shot and watching the first cutscene, throw a splat bomb on the Rainmaker shield and do one more shot mid-air to pop it. You save a lot of time doing it this way compared to shooting it with your gun. If you struggle with the jump throw, just throw a bomb while you're walking up to it. After grabbing the Rainmaker, swim down the ramp, jump when you get to the end and do a full shot forward. Swim through the ink made by the Rainmaker and do another full shot to the left to break this splash wall. After you get to the end of this ink trail, do another full charge shot towards this Octoling's jump to kill it. For the last shot, you want to aim for the pedestal. This should give you a nice line towards it and paint it for you. To avoid getting hit by the Octolings, try staying close to the left wall. After you dunk the Rainmaker, you will successfully clear every level on line A, and you'll get some text boxes from ISO Padre to congratulate you. Then it's on to the next level. This is the other dually grind rail level. There is more tech to this one, but it isn't as hard as it looks. After jumping, don't shoot the balloon, instead roll forward and shoot the rail with the dually squelches. Then on the rails, you can choose to do some dodge rolls like I did in the example, but you don't have to do them right now when you're starting out. At the second checkpoint, shoot the balloon from across the rail, then jump onto the box and dodge roll off to skip the turn. Then you can do another corner cut directly afterwards. All you have to do is time a dodge roll and you should make it across. Do not try to spam dodge rolls, that is very inconsistent. The timing window for this is much larger than you think. Then you'll want to shoot the balloons and dodge roll to the next rail until the checkpoint. In the Octo Sniper section, I'd recommend to just stay in squid form and only hop to the next rail when you see the charger lines turn yellow. In the future, you can add dodge rolls to this segment. Before the checkpoint, you only need to shoot one of the balloons, it doesn't matter which one. After the boost panel up, you'll want to do a dodge roll mid-air and land on the panel, but make sure you're not shooting. If you're shooting, then you won't have enough speed to make the gap. I've learnt that the hard way. Throw a splat bomb to the goal while you're on the rail and dodge roll into it. After beating the level, a new line will open and you'll get 3 text boxes from Sea Cucumber, then go on to the next level. J01 is a pure aim level. Not only is everything on a cycle, but you have to hit your shots accurately. I don't actually have many tips for this level other than just watching the example run, but as general advice, stand a bit further forward to lessen the chance of shot RNG playing a factor. When going for the bomb, aim around the middle of the boxes. If the bomb falls off and there's no explosion, then you are standing too far away. The last 2 boxes can seem scary because you have to jump off the map, but by jumping as close as possible to them, it's nearly impossible to miss them even with shot RNG. When doing practice attempts, don't skip the cutscene so you can stay on the same cycle as in an actual run. After you beat the level, there'll be 1 marina text box, then you can move on to the next level. J04 has a few routes you can go for, but I'll be teaching you how to play the level with the furler roll and the nollie. I will give you easier strats that you can do if you don't want to do them though. With the hard strats, this level is like a 3 out of 5. Without the hard strats, it's around a 2 out of 5. At the beginning, pick the charger. Most of this level consists of burst bombs followed by a tap shot from the charger as a line of ink. Furlers also fully extend when a burst bomb touches them. You can see that at the beginning where we throw a burst bomb and do a tap shot mid-air for the first furler, then use a single burst bomb on the second furler. Jump and throw a burst bomb towards the third furler to get it to extend to get it to the next checkpoint, as well as doing a tap shot onto the ground mid-air. Then you want to throw another burst bomb at the next furler to get it to extend, then throw a second burst bomb at the next furler to get to the third checkpoint. This is where you have the choice to do the harder furler roll or the easier burst bomb strat. After climbing up the furler, throw a burst bomb onto the ground, then jump up to the checkpoint and do a singular tap shot onto the next platform. Then you want to stand on the back edge of the platform and throw a burst bomb directly up in the air. While it's falling down, go into squid form and get on top of the furler. You want to position yourself rather forward and in the middle. Anything else will make you fall off and potentially even die. If everything went right, you should be stuck inside the furler while it's moving. Here, you'll want to charge up a charger shot and shoot the two enemies in front of you when it's fully charged. Then throw a burst bomb and do 2 tap shots to kill the other guy and take the launch pad. If you don't want to do this, you can instead throw a burst bomb at the furler and follow behind it. The enemy won't see you, giving you enough time to charge up a shot and kill him and the guy behind him. Then kill the third guy the same way as with the furler roll, with 1 burst bomb and 2 tap shots. The furler roll isn't too difficult when you get the hang of it, especially with how consistent the bomb throw is. But if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. At the next checkpoint, do a tap shot onto the first 2 furlers, then throw a burst bomb to the third one. Before you get to the next checkpoint, throw a burst bomb towards the rail to activate it and do a tap shot afterwards to make a line. On the rail, you can either go for the nollie or not. A nollie is where you can get a lot of height and distance when jumping off a grind rail. For both strats, you want to do a full charge onto the furler, then charge another charger shot and try to get these 3 boxes on the turnaround. After that, you can go for the nollie. It's actually pretty simple. You want to hold out your sub weapon, then time a jump in squid form off the rail. It's basically doing a sub strafe with a jump off the rail. The only way you will fail it here is if you miss the timing. You'll want to jump around a half second after going past this red balloon. Then you can destroy any of the 3 boxes you might have missed with a burst bomb or a tap shot, and you can make your way to the last checkpoint. If you don't want to do the nollie, instead after doing the charger shot onto the 3 boxes, get another charger shot ready and shoot it when the furler starts to retract. Then you can finish the checkpoint like normal. The last checkpoint is very easy. Do a tap shot onto the first furler, throw a burst bomb to the second, drop down to the right and throw a burst bomb onto the furler while you're falling. Then follow behind that furler to refill your ink. After that, throw 2 more burst bombs onto these 2 furlers and do a tap shot onto the last one above you. After being the level, you'll get 1 marina text box and then you can go grab Thang 3. After that, Cuttlefish will get you to customize Agent 3. Make sure to select the default options. The yes button is on the bottom selection, so make sure you don't miss menu. The main goal in this level is to avoid airtime by jumping onto rails as fast as possible. At the start, pick the jet squelcher. You can do a big jump here to get onto this rail fast. Then in the next section, you don't have to jump over the spinner, you can actually do a left to rail hop at the very end. The timing is quite lenient. The main time save in this level is this cycle right here. If you play perfectly, then you won't have to jump over any of these spinners, but I wouldn't recommend trying to go that fast. Even I don't do that. Instead, what I'd recommend doing is to follow the route that I gave and try to play it safe. Falling off in this level is really bad since you have to start over from the very beginning. As long as you can consistently beat it, you should be fine. In runs, use this level to calm down. Once you beat the level, you have 3 sea cucumber text boxes, then move along to the next level. This is the hardest level on left side, so you'll definitely need to practice this a lot. There's little to no room for error as it's a poison ink level, so if you touch enemy ink once, you die. At the beginning, choose the Squiffer, then throw a curling bomb and enter the level. After the cutscene, jump onto the launch pad. When you land, you want to throw a curling bomb towards this part of the wall. After you pass the corner, do a single tap shot in between the Octarians. Then do 2 tap shots onto the orange box to break it. Grab the ink refill and use a curling bomb on the right side until you get to the checkpoint. At the checkpoint, you want to do a near full charger shot. Ideally, you'll want a bit of the paint to go past this corner. Then swim to the corner and throw a curling bomb on the left side. Swim for a bit and do a partial charge shot on the left side of the wall, then climb up it. The Octarian will have to charge up so he won't shoot you. Once you get on top of the wall, do a full charge onto the orange box, grab the key, drop down, and throw a curling bomb towards the lockbox. Then go into the launch pad once it opens up. In the next section, you'll want to swim off the checkpoint and do a tap shot towards the corner. Jump out of the ink trail and throw a curling bomb on the right side of the spinner. If you're confident, then you can swim past the Octarian and let the curling bomb kill him. But I would recommend when starting out to do 2 tap shots on him to secure the kill. Then do a full shot kill on the next Octarian. At the next checkpoint, there'll be a lot of enemies guarding the key. You could kill them all if you want to play it safe, but here's an easy way to get it done. When walking over this line, pull out the curling bomb, then count out 1 second, then throw the curling bomb. Make sure you're still walking while this is happening. If you got the timing right, you can do 2 tap shots onto these 2 guys so the curling bomb doesn't bounce off them, and then the curling bomb will kill the other guys. When learning this strat, it's okay to be a bit afraid and follow the curling bomb from a distance, then pick off the scraps it didn't get. But whatever you do, do not kill the lone Octarian. If this guy dies, then even more Octarians will fall down from the sky. Just take the key and go to the next checkpoint. Here, you want to do a tap shot once you land, then do a full shot kill onto this guy. Then throw 1 curling bomb to get to the next checkpoint. It might not seem like it will make it all the way, but it will. This section can be pretty difficult when starting out. For beginners, I would recommend doing a full charge kill to the Octo Sniper on your left. It's safer and not too much slower. Then for each enemy kills, take your time moving around their bullets and tap shot them twice to kill them. For intermediate runners, you can do a full shot onto this crate and then go through the section while the Octo Sniper is still shooting at you. The goal is to just not think too hard and go fast. The Octarian's bullets are pretty slow, so it's a lot more lenient than you think. At this section, throw one curling bomb and use a partial charge to paint the wall. The final checkpoint is easily the hardest part for new players. If you haven't killed the Octo Sniper, do it now with a pierced full charge through the crates. Once you've grabbed the key, you want to rush to the exit. Throw a curling bomb along this left side. A pro tip I personally learned from Roy Luke, the current world record holder, is to throw the curling bomb earlier than you'd think. If you do it too late, then the Octarian will still shoot you, whereas if you do it this way, the curling bomb will scare them before you swim past. If you want an easier strat, you can shoot each of the Octarians here with a charger shot. It's better to do this than die. Consistency is what matters. Then you can open up the lockbox and go to the goal. Once you beat the level, you won't have any more text boxes and you can move on to the next level. IO3 is an auto-scroller. Once you enter it, jump into the cannon and beat the level. There's not a lot of tips I can give you here except for learning how the cannon projectile works and learning where the enemies spawn. Simply shoot the cannon when the enemy is at this line on the crosshair. After grabbing the last thing, you're off to escape. Make sure when you're talking to Tata to select the bottom option and try not to miss menu. Once the cutscene starts, you'll have a solid 2-minute break before escape 1 starts. Use this time to calm your nerves, grab a drink, or quickly go to the toilet if you have time. 2 things I'll mention about practicing escape before we get into the tutorial. If you want to practice a particular phase, the best way to do so is to pause and select Imaginagopolis. This will boot you back into the plaza. Then by going back into Octo Expansion, it will put you at the beginning of the phase. Now you don't have to replay all of Escape just to practice one section. I'd also highly suggest doing Escape RTA as a form of practice. Escape RTA is a category where you go through Escape 1 to Escape 7 without skipping any of the cutscenes except for the first one. This is a great way to build consistency in Escape. The more confident you are in Escape, the better runner you'll be. A lot of people will play Escape a bit safer in runs since it's near the end, and that can cost them a bit of time. If you can be great in Escape, your times will go down fast. This level is meant to be a stealth mission, but in reality you just want to go as fast as possible. The main goal is to hit a cycle on the level to do this skip. Thankfully the cycle is pretty free once you know what you're doing. There are 3 main tips for getting the cycle. 1. Make sure you wait until these Octarians turn around before continuing. 2. Don't do a zigzag here. Instead, just jump across the right ink puddles. Use the enemy ink in the middle to get to the next one. And 3. Once you get to the Octo Sniper section, you'll have enough time to jump from the first ink puddle and hide in the second one. Once you see the wall start to come in, then you can go. Now it's onto the cycle itself. You have a large window of time to get here without missing the cycle, so you should get it. What we'll want to do is jump from the ink rail to the moving table on the left. The way we do that is by going to the very end of the ink rail, then waiting until this part of the ink goes past the ramp, then jumping to the left. If you did it right, you'll land on or near the ink right after it stops. You can then swim up the ramp, take this little corner cut, drop down to the next moving table, and jump across to the boost panel towards the next checkpoint. You should then be able to take the boost panel soon after. Make sure the Octarian is in this glass section so he doesn't notice you. At the end, you'll want to wait until the Octarian is on the left side of the wall, then take the boost panels in squid form. Then wait until the right time to use the boost panel and finish the section. You might see runners like me quickly go in and out of squid form to alert the Octarians. This is so the wall turns slightly quicker, but when starting out you don't really have to do it. No. Do not do Octo Shot Skip. I know you're thinking of it, but don't do it. If you don't know what Octo Shot Skip is, it's basically a way to skip doing half of Escape 2 by using the explosion of the bomb to paint the switch so you can finish the section. You should only consider going for this if you're going for a low 104 switch 2 times / a low 107 switch 1 time. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time going for a completely RNG skip that you don't have to do. So here's how to do Escape 2 the correct way. First, you need to get the key. You do this by leading this fellow over here to break the boxes. You might have issues with him sometimes coming over and sometimes not. The best way to get his attention every time is to make sure your camera is pointing up at him while you're walking over to the boxes. When breaking the boxes, the best place to stand is at this line. Then move to the left before it goes down so you can get the key. On the ink rails, make sure to take as many corner cuts as possible. Not all of them are necessary, but the most important one is this one. Make sure you jump at this node. Don't try and jump early or you won't make it. When getting the Octarian to break the boxes, stand at this box, then jump over their shots. After getting the splat bomb and walking over to the switch, jump and throw a bomb on it the moment you're able to. You can tell from a sound effect and the ink tank flashing red. If you timed it right, you'll get enough ink back from walking to the switch and swim jumping through the boxes to where you'll have your ink back for another bomb, not wasting any time. After jumping onto the platform, roll a bomb to the top left, around here. This will give you enough paint onto the fan to get you to the next section. Walk on the left side of this platform until you get to the next fan. Here you want to roll a bomb to the top right side. Then while the fan is spinning, go into squid form to get your next splat bomb. Then throw it between the fence and the fan. While on the launch pad, you can press the sub button at any point and a splat bomb will come out on the first frame that you land. During the cutscene, the bomb should roll, fall down and hit the fan, bringing it upward. Then you want to throw another splat bomb at the fan while you're falling down and go get the octo shot. The rest of this is straightforward. Make sure to not shoot this crate until you're right up next to it, as shooting does slow down your movement. At the final ink roll segment, just take this path. Every segment of Escape from now on will be pretty difficult, and Escape 3 might be one of the hardest. There are two strats you can go for here, the really fast cycle and the normal cycle. I'll teach you the normal cycle as that's what I personally know. With this strategy, you should consistently be getting around a 210 on switch 1 and a 205 on switch 2, assuming you're on your optimal language. When you land, activate the switch, then try and get as much paint onto this wall as possible before the cutscene. After that, climb up it and take this path to the launch pad. It's okay to take your time a little bit here, just make sure you have good paint on each wall. If the cycle has worked out alright, you should be able to take the next two boost panels easily. While in the air after the second one, try and shoot the moving balloon. Then jump to the middle island and then to the next island. It might seem scary, but you can easily jump over these spinners. Then climb up the wall, take the boost panels, shoot the boxes and take the launch pad. The next section is the hard part. After walking on the grates, follow this path on the pillars. It's important to pre-paint this wall before you drop down. To get to the next checkpoint early, swim up against the wall and you'll make it down there. While waiting for the pillars to come down after getting the key, shoot the 2 octocopters hanging out. They can cause troubles if you don't kill them. If they're way out there, don't try to kill them. Most of the time they'll be easy kills. The rest of this level is pretty easy. After the cutscene, drop down through the grates and do a bit of platforming. Don't get scared by the tender missiles, just keep moving. After taking the boost pad, throw a splat bomb towards the door, then shoot the octo bomber with your gun. Then make your way to the launch pad to beat the phase. Escape 4 is the shortest phase in Escape. The majority of this phase is just doing it and not second guessing yourself. Play this phase with confidence. Once you land, shoot the switch to open the door. Then after you pass this line, throw a splat bomb towards the lasers, then shoot a line. In the cutscene, the splat bomb will land and give you paint to swim underneath the laser. After you've jumped over the second laser, throw another splat bomb onto the third laser for the same reason as we did the first. In the second section, you'll need to predict where the lasers will be when you get to them and go accordingly. It's infinitely better to slow down than to go fast and die. After the checkpoint, you can play this out like a normal playthrough. Activate the switch, go through the X in the bottom left, then swim up and jump over the laser in the bottom left hand corner. At the last switch, there's a small optimization you can do. Instead of waiting on the wall until it passes, paint the wall at a 45-degree angle towards the ceiling. Then when the laser comes through, swim up and bonk your head on the ceiling to get through fast. At the last checkpoint, there's a strat you can go for called laser skip. I'll teach it here since it isn't that hard. Once you've activated the switch, position your right foot on the rim of the switch, then jump to the right. If you did it correctly, you should jump through the laser to skip having to go around. I personally wouldn't go for it in runs until you're 90% confident in the trick, as it does lose a lot of time if you die compared to going around. Speaking of going around, here's the route that I would recommend going for in this section. Jump over this laser, then paint this wall. Swim over the laser and activate the switch. Go back around to the start. Then here, I take a type path in squid form by jumping here, and then going back into kid form to take the last jump into the pit. When you're falling down, throw a splat bomb towards the crates. Then shoot through the middle to get to the launch pad. This is the hardest part of Escape in my personal opinion. As long as you understand the data post route, you should be good to go, but there is a lot to learn. The main thing in this level is getting used to the old Splatoon 2 inkjet boost height and stray speed, as well as going fast enough to get the 7th data post here. So to start off, go and get the inkjet. Then go to the first platform and do a boost towards the first data post. Shoot it while you're mid-air so you can collect it while you're going back up. Once the door opens, you want to shoot the data post, then do one shot onto the back wall so you can climb up onto the grate. Jump off to collect the data post. While you're falling, there's a small moment where you can shoot before the cutscene starts. You want to shoot towards these 2 power eggs. Once the cutscene is over, boost again onto the grate and shoot again to get more paint onto the wall. After swimming up the wall, there's a little skip you can do. Go to the edge of the grate and do a boost and move forward. Keep moving forward and spam B to do another boost as soon as possible. This should get you to the checkpoint. Then activate the ink rail and take it to this pillar. Jump off, open the data post, then slightly touch it in squid form. You don't want to go too far out, as in this cutscene you want to hold back on your controller and spam the B button. If you did it right, you should do a boost and stay on the pillar. If you didn't, just go to this platform and get back on the rail. Next, turn around and boost onto this ledge. You can either do shots all the way up this wall, then shoot the switch to bring another ledge out so you can get onto it and get up the wall. Or you could get up onto the ledge, shoot the switch, then while it's opening do 2 shots here and here. And then get onto the ledge, swim up the wall, reset your height on this ledge, then do another shot at the top of the wall so you can get up to the top of the level. Just do whatever looks easier to you. Next, shoot the data post and collect it in squid form. Reset your height, then go back into squid form to fall down the hole, then quickly shoot and collect the next data post. Once the cutscene ends, you want to hold right on both sticks, then boost and shoot to get out of the hole. This setup is the most consistent, as getting stuck down here is horrendous. For the 6th data post, glide down towards the left side of the platform, then turn backwards as you're going off. Make sure the exhaust of the inkjet paints the right side wall. What you'll want to do is go out, hit the switch with an inkjet shot, then boost and do another shot onto the wall and go into squid form. These shots look difficult, but it's more lenient than you think. Once the door opens up, shoot the data post and boost into it. If your pacing is good, you should see the 7th data post around here in the cutscene. After the cutscene, use the ink trail from before to get back up the wall, then make your way over to the data post. If your timing is right, you should easily be able to get it just by shooting and grabbing it. Then for the last data post, boost onto this wall, then boost towards the grates. Once you've landed on the grates, shoot and grab the last data post. After the cutscenes, you are done with this segment and it's on to Escape 6. In Escape 6, you need to bring the power core to the end of the level. Lucky for us, there is a consistent setup to get it there every time. The main thing you need to know is just shooting the core once does the same distance as shooting it multiple times. So the best way to play this level is to stay in squid form and tap the core every second. So here's the setup. At the start, jump over this line and throw a splat bomb. Then wait until the ink is back at the subline, then count out 8 shots. After the 8th shot, throw another splat bomb and pop this balloon. This will drop an ink tank recovery item. Then stand on the outside of the platform and continue shooting the energy core one shot at a time. Shooting it on the outside will make the upcoming Octarians shoot away from the energy core and onto us. When you get to the Octarians, do rapid shots until they're dead. Then continue doing tap shots. After getting past the second set of Octarians, go back to the center of the platform and keep shooting one shot at a time. All you have to do in the spinner section is just keep doing tap shots. At this corner, shoot the energy core once, throw a splat bomb and kill this Octo Bomber. Then pick up the ink tank refill and do 4 shots before throwing another splat bomb. After that, keep doing tap shots and kill the second Octo Bomber. At the final checkpoint, we can do a 7-5-7 setup. 7 shots before the first switch, 5 shots to the second one, then another 7 onto the last one. Make sure at the second one to only shoot the right switch as the orb can take damage from one laser. Also make sure to not jump or try and hit the switch as jump ROG will mess you up. If you did that alright, you're home free. Just keep doing tap shots until the cutscene, then take the launch pad to the last section of the game. The last section of the game before Turf War. There are 5 things to learn: Elevator Skip and the 4 Agent 3 phases. Elevator Skip is a trick where you can save a few seconds from going up the elevator. Wait in ink on this block until you see a 1 go past you on the left hand side. Then count out a second and jump off the map. Don't jump too early or you won't make it. If you did it right, you'll respawn at the top of the elevator and will just need to walk slightly to start the Agent 3 fight. In phase 1, swim off the checkpoint to the right, do 1 tap shot underneath you, then hold out a splat bomb. You want to aim the splat bomb on the radius of the splashdown. Throw the splat bomb at Agent 3 once she lands to try and do max damage. If you throw it a little early, the splashdown will destroy the bomb. Then just do a little 1v1 against her to take her out. For phase 2, stay in squid form in the top right hand corner and watch where the super jump marker is. Once you see where it is, go over there and shoot Agent 3 into the closest corner. You want to keep Agent 3 in jail while you shoot at her. She'll do one dodge roll, so you'll just need to react to where she goes and then kill her. Phase 3 might be the simplest. Get onto the box that you did the elevator skip on. Then time a splat bomb to damage Agent 3 once her invincibility runs out. Then just shoot her from the box. It might not look like it, but the Octoshot can actually reach her from there. Whatever you do not jump for the beef. It is very unlikely that any shots from jump RNG will hit her, so you'll waste a lot of time getting back onto the box. If you're struggling to hit her, just stand as close to her on the box as possible. You will hit her. Then phase 4 is really similar to phase 1. Wait in ink to see where she will splash down, then try to hit her with a splat bomb the same way as we did in phase 1. Once you see Agent 3 die, time the split when you see the death text. Congratulations, there's only one split left to go, a 9-minute autoscroller. After 5 minutes of cutscenes, it's on to turf war. All you need to know is where the hyperbombs will spawn. At the start, they'll spawn here on the left. At 2:30, the green ones will spawn in the center. At 2 minutes, the yellow ones will spawn on the right side. For the purple hyperbombs, I like to wait here until they spawn at 1:30. Then at 1 minute, the blue ones will spawn around the neck. Just go from bottom to top. No need to overthink it. Once you get the last hyperbomb, just set your controller down and get ready to time. Time ends once the tape fully covers the screen. And just like that, you have successfully speedrun Octo Expansion. This video has had a lot of hours put into it, so if you found it useful, I'd really appreciate a follow on twitch.tv/Ethan_Stone_ so you can watch me do runs live. I'm also happy to answer any questions that you might have about this run or any other Splatoon run that you'll see me do. And that about wraps up this video. Thank you and happy speedrunning.